Inaugural Address of President Jose P. Laurel. In 1943, the Japanese occupation government established the Kaliba-P as the sole political party and created the Preparatory Commission for the Philippine Independence, or PCPI, under Jose P. Laurel. A Japanese-approved constitution led to the election of Laurel as President of the Second Philippine Republic, a government established under Japanese control and not representing true Filipino independence. So, in the year 1943 daw, ang mga Japanese government kaya nag-establish og Kaliba-P or kapisanan sa paglilingkod sa bagong Pilipinas as the sole political party. And nag-create sila og Preparatory Commission for Philippine Independence or PCPI under Jose P. Laurel. So, kana pag-approve daw ana siya nga occupation or pag-approve daw sa mga Japanese ana ang constitution, mo na ang nag-lead kay Jose P. Laurel para mahimo og president sa Second Philippine Republic. Nag-establish under Japanese control. And remember, it is not representing true Filipino independence. Okay. The speech highlights the fulfillment of Filipinos' long-standing aspiration for independence. It calls for national unity, emphasizing that maintaining peace, order, and security is essential for progress. So, kayo daw nga speech is naka-highlight daw is ang fulfillment sa mga Filipinos nga nag-long-standing or nag-aspire, dugay na nga nag-aspire sa independence or dugay ng something go-wish about something wish sa independence. Go-wish sila nga naa sila'y kalayaan. So, the speaker stresses the importance of economic self-sufficiency. Self-sufficiency through agriculture, industry, and infrastructure development, aligning with regional prosperity. Okay? So, kanina is nakuan siya ang importance is sa economic self-sufficiency. Sa mga kuan lang siya nakafocus. So, parang sa agriculture, industry, o mga infrastructure development. So, the speech also focuses on moral and educational reform, urging the cultivation of discipline, character, and nationalism, particularly among the youth. It calls for the revival of Filipino values and traditions while rejecting incessant Western influence. So, the family is upheld as the foundation of society, with women encouraged to embrace traditional rules centered on motherhood and family values. Okay, so kani siya is naka-focus lang siya sa importance sa economic self-sufficiency through agriculture, industry, and infrastructure development, while also focusing on moral and educational reforms to foster discipline, character, and nationalisms, especially among the youth. Excuse me. So, the speaker advocates for the revival of Filipinos' values, rejecting excessive Western influence, and underscores the family as the foundation of society, with women encouraged to embrace traditional rules. The speech concludes with a call of unity and collective efforts to face future challenges and build a truly independent, stable nation. So, okay, next. Letter of Claro M. Recto to the Director General of the Japanese Military Administration. So, on June 15, 1944, Claro M. Recto, who was Minister of Foreign Affairs, wrote to Lieutenant General Takaki Washi, in some accounts, Taki Wati, Director General of the Japanese Military Administration, protesting Japanese atrocities. So, in the year, June 15, 1944, si Claro M. Recto kay nagsulat siya og letter para kang Lieutenant General Takaki Washi, ang Director General of the Japanese Military Administration. So, ang iyahang daw gisulat sa letter is naprotesta siya sa Japanese atrocities, or iyahang gisulat dito ang mga kalupitan or kanang cruelty, something, kalupitan sa mga Japanese dito sa mga Filipinos. So diyon sa nila something kabagaran sa care, basta something diyon sa nila trato ang mga Filipinos. Okay, so the establishment of Japanese-sponsored Republic with Jose P. Laurel at its home did not make the Filipinos accept Japanese occupation readily. So, home. The establishment of Japanese-sponsored Republic with Jose P. Laurel at its home didn't make the Filipinos accept. So, kato daw, di ba naging ang ganihang establishment sa mga Japanese nag-sponsor nga together with Jose P. Laurel, kato siya nga occupation is wala siya gi-accept dayon or readily. Wala siya dili siya readily nga mag-accept sa Pilipinos atong mga Japanese occupation. Because kay lahat tungod lagi nga ilahang na experience lang is cruelty and discrimination. So 6 months after the inauguration of Laurel, Claro Emeracto, the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Laurel Cabinet, was constrained to pen a lengthy letter to the Director General. So, 6 months later daw, 6 months later daw, after sa inauguration ni Laurel, kay si Claro Emeracto daw, the Minister of Foreign Affairs in the Laurel Cabinet, was nag-constrain siya og pen to lengthy letter. So, gasulat siya og taas nga letter para nga ihatag kay Director General or kang Lieutenant General Takakiwachi. Okay, in other words, the republic and the independence given by Japan to the Philippines did not offset the realities of daily life under the Japanese regime. Okay. So, hindi ko nakahilan kanilang gahatag og independence kuno ang Japanese sa Philippines, which is wala na feel or wala na tugma sa mga realities nga na experience sa mga Filipinos or mga Filipinos sa Philippines sa ilang daily life ato. Kaya ang ilang laging nakuan is not independence, ang ilang experience. So rather than independence ay imbis na independence ang ilang makuan ato nga time is ang ilang experience is the mistreatment of the Japanese sa ilaha. The Japanese propensity for slapping, executions without due process, outright confiscation of property, and violence towards women were some concerns which Claro Emeracto put forth to Wachi. So, mas nakakuan po daw nga mas apil sa concern ni Claro Emeracto daw sa letter nga iyang hatag kay Director General Takakiwachi is ang violence towards women. So, mga violence nga na-experience sa women, sa mga kabaiban ato nga time. In addition, selecto daw na nakasaad iyang letter ang iyang concerns about sa seizure of private property o ang sa forced evacuation sa mga Pilipino. So, forced evacuation sa ilang mga balay kay aron nga magbuhat or ang mga balay is gimong room or something quota sa mga Japanese personnel. So, nag-lead siya sa mga daghan nga Filipinos to be homeless. He argued that such actions, particularly in provinces where small farmers were deprived of their land without compensation, were damaging the Philippines' trust and the Japanese government. So, kanina daw ang forced evacuation daw is particularly nahitabo siya sa mga probinsya, which is naka-epekto og dako sa mga small farmers kay na-deprive ang ilang land without compensation. So, overall, Erecto's letter emphasized that the Filipino people's dissatisfaction stemmed from day-to-day mistreatment they experience, not from a lack of understanding of the higher political goals. He urged the Japanese authorities to adopt a more respectful and just approach to governance if they hope to gain the full cooperation of the Filipino people. So, overall, sa letter na Recto, naka-emphasize dito nga ang mga dissatisfaction o mga wala na satisfy ang mga Filipino sa ilahang mga day-to-day experience. Okay. Lagi ka na mistreat man sila